Jazzcast Pros.
Sleep helps you win at life. Amy Poehler. I have this quote as one of the designs on my business cards because A, I love it. It encompasses everything I'm passionate about, and it perfectly captures the message about how sleep helps you level up in every single way. And B, because while it may make you smile and chuckle, it also makes you stop, think, reflect, and that is why I'm here sharing what I know with you. In today's episode, we're tackling the misconception about the role sleep plays in helping you to achieve your goals. It's a new year, so it's time for new beginnings. A time to let out the old way of thinking and to let in the new. That starts with prioritizing sleep, not just trying to skip, minimize, or dismiss its importance on who you want to be and what you want to do. Hello, dreamers. Welcome back to the Doze podcast, the short and sweet of what you need to know to transform your sleep. I'm your host, Soda Kuczkowski, your trusted sleep coach and guide to help you optimize your day so that you can take back your night. If it's your first time joining me, this podcast is dedicated to waking you up to the importance of sleeping well and to explore how it shapes our lives. Today, we're uncovering how it serves as the secret weapon of the successful and the serene and how it can work for you too. From Hollywood's elite to the corner office, the top performers in every field have one thing in common. They prioritize their Z's. So as you head into the new year with a list of things you want to do and ways you want to be, settle in and stay with me as we unravel how sleep can be the ultimate game changer in your life. Make 2024 the year you transform your nights to transform your days. The first thing I want us to talk about is one of the biggest barriers, and for lack of a better word, the way society has programmed you to think about sleep. We have the early bird gets the worm mentality, but the truth is we all operate differently. This has a lot to do with the fact that we're all wired differently. You may or may not have heard of a chronotype, but you probably have heard of the night owl and the lark or the early bird. Would it surprise you to know that 55% of the population falls into a completely different category? There have been studies that show that there are not just 2, but 4 or even 9 or more chronotypes. That means that we all operate on our own schedules, so the secret of your success may not be getting up at 4 a.m. Leave that for the Mark Wahlbergs of the world, who are the early bird lion chronotypes. The thing people often miss with that is that he also goes to bed early with his kids. You can't work till midnight, get up at 4 a.m., and expect to have his abs or his motivation. That comes from listening to what your body needs and prioritizing what works for you. Sleep is tied to every goal you could have for yourself, from getting into shape to improving your career. A well-rested body and mind is able to accomplish more. When it comes to the ultra-successful and elite, it's about discipline and focus. You get that by putting sleep at the top of your list. From Bill Gates to Elon Musk, they are all now shouting the benefits of sleep and understanding that it's part of the long game. You can only hustle for so long until it catches up with you. Sleep is how you restore, heal, and build your resilience. I can't tell you the countless stories I've heard and situations I've witnessed of people who keep burning it at all ends, which can only lead to illness and burnout. It's a tough reality that unfortunately happens too often. This is why I'm so passionate about us, especially you, prioritizing self-care, starting with good, consistent sleep. We all need to be advocates for taking time for self-care, including prioritizing the rest and sleep you deserve. What needs to be understood is that rest isn't taking your foot off the gas, it's putting fuel in your tank. And when you do not make time for it, it can compromise not only your physical health, leading to a higher risk of heart attack, stroke, or cancer, but even more so your mental health. As when you have problems sleeping, you're more likely to feel anxious, depressed, or even suicidal. You're even more likely to have psychotic episodes. Poor sleep over extended periods of time can trigger mania, psychosis, or even paranoia, and it can make our symptoms worse. So there is a connection. You have to address sleep issues long before they become so complex that you start to feel like it's hopeless. I've seen these unfortunate occurrences within many of the groups I now work with, especially first responders and protective services. We see this in military personnel as well. Sleep interventions have to be part of the conversation when implementing mental health initiatives from the very beginning. A recent analysis of a large medical record study observed that just having a sleep medicine consultation was a protective factor for subsequent suicide attempts amongst those with a sleep disorder. Your sleep is a protective factor in the risk, progression, and treatment in keeping you healthy, as there's a bidirectional relationship that exists to your overall health And when you're working long hours, not taking time for self-care, and putting off for tomorrow what you should do to take care of yourself today, what you often get is regret. This influence is one that also plays a large role in the mental health of our children. Latina teens currently have the highest rate of suicide attempts amongst all adolescent groups in the United States, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, I don't say this to scare you, but as a mother, it's always top of mind. It's ironic how often we get lazy in the goals we set for ourselves, but the sacrifices that we'll make for others, especially our children, can be endless. Taking care of yourself isn't just about getting physically active or eating better. It's about understanding what you personally need to do to feel and be your best, and setting the example for those that are watching what we do more than what we say. Sleep has to be a priority and part of the conversation when setting the foundation for any health goals that you set for yourself. As a society, the truth is we unfortunately are sicker than we've ever been. The focus often falls more on things like vanity and fame rather than kindness to yourself or to others. Part of the mental health issues are because value is placed on things that do not matter and create false illusions as to what life should look like. If you just hustle harder, that all your dreams will come true, but that isn't the whole picture. Those that are successful live by routine, discipline, and will tell you that sleeping well, eating well, and moving are all part of it. To fuel your motivation, your creativity, your gratitude, you have to feed your mind, your soul, and your body to what it needs to excel. Everything you do every single day is a choice you are making. Sleep isn't a luxury, and while it may seem that to get it that you do need to have money, you don't. It's a natural occurring process, and we steer from it by thinking that it's an indulgence. But getting a good night's sleep gives you a clear outlook. It may not provide you with all the answers, but it can provide you with the clarity of mind to weigh your options, choose gratitude, have patience, and to empathize rather than to judge. I believe that those gifts are priceless. Time is the real luxury. If we're interested in longevity, the long game, and being our best selves, even looking our best, sleep is the ticket. Science tells us this. Our body undergoes numerous processes during sleep that are crucial for our physical and mental rejuvenation. Our growth hormone, often associated with youth, is predominantly released during deep sleep. This hormone plays a vital role in tissue repair, muscle growth, and even bone density. Also, your sleep affects your skin. Have you ever heard of beauty sleep? It's real. Collagen production, which helps keep our skin supple, is boosted during sleep. So when you cut short on sleep, you're literally cutting short on your youth. You'd be surprised how many celebrities swear by their sleep routines for their success and glow. Gwyneth Paltrow is all about clean sleeping for consistent, good quality sleep. Cameron Diaz is big on sleep routines for keeping her metabolism in check. Ariana Huffington, the author of The Sleep Revolution, really prioritizes her sleep both for work and for wellness. And Jennifer Lopez, fellow Latina, calls sleep her secret weapon for staying healthy and looking great. And Beyonce, the queen, she believes deep in the power of sleep for her definition of beauty and well-being. All these powerhouse ladies pride themselves on prioritizing sleep as top of their list when it comes to their self-care and success. So if you want to reduce fine lines, under-eye dark circles, swollen eyes, and hanging eyelids, go to sleep. During sleep, your skin's blood flow increases, rebuilds its collagen, and repairs damage from UV exposure, reducing wrinkles and age spots. It works better than anything over the counter that you can buy. And put them together, a nighttime moisturizer and sleep can fight aging skin and prevent these negative effects, which, believe it or not, can happen in just one poor night of sleep. There was a 2017 study that found that 2 days of sleep restriction, or lack of sleep, negatively affected participants' perceived attractiveness, health, sleepiness, and trustworthiness. So to look your best, again, you need your sleep. Which brings me to my tips and tools of the week. First, I want you to keep it simple. Sleep isn't about how many tools you can use or how elaborate your sleep routine can be. It's about the basics, the most important being your senses. Your bedroom should be cool, quiet, and comfortable. Start with temperature. You want to avoid trapping heat and creating a situation where you overheat. Look at swapping out your flannel pajamas for a sleep shirt or a tank top and shorts. Same for sheets and blankets. When you sleep, you want to think breathability. Keeping a cool temperature is needed to maintain consistent sleep throughout the night. Keep it quiet. You may like to fall asleep with the TV on or listening to something, but this creates a sleep association. Try to keep an ambient noise that is consistent. Think like a sound machine. And make it comfortable. You may not be able to invest in a new mattress, but think about a mattress topper and definitely a pillow that supports your sleep position. And you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars. All of my favorites have been around $40 to $60, and you can find one for even cheaper. The important thing is to take into account whether you're a back, side, or stomach sleeper. As a side sleeper, I need one that's a bit higher with a dip in the middle. The one I personally use is the Deep Sleep Pillow by Cushion Lab. Now, I have no affiliation to them, but I've used several cervical pillows over the years because of a car accident I was in, and I found that it works the best to relieve my neck pain. But you have to find one that works for you. And I know, unfortunately, it does take some trial and error, but this is where using sleep apps that detect your sleep position can be really helpful. Second, start actively paying attention to your thoughts and start reframing them. We're all guilty of ants, those automatic negative thoughts. To create a new mindset, it has to be a conscious effort. For instance, I hope I can fall asleep tonight. Think about changing that to, I welcome sleep and all the benefits it can provide me. Or, I should stay up and catch up on this work. 2, if I'm rested, I will be more focused on this task and can complete it faster and easier. Keep a notebook if you have to. Write things down. It helps you to reaffirm them. And last, I have a freebie for you today. A free 30-day membership to the SleepSpace app. In it, you can take a quiz to learn about your chronotype, get insights into your sleep patterns, browse and use different soundscapes to mask noise that could be disrupting your sleep, and much more. Just go to www.sleepspace.com/start-with-sleep. I will leave the link in the show notes for you. I hope that you found value in our time together today and that you're ready to add sleeping better to the top of your list of goals for this year. Remember, great sleep is more than a luxury. It's a step towards a better and brighter you. Keep those sleep goals strong and let every night lead you to a more vibrant day. Until next time, thank you for listening. I'm back every Wednesday with a new episode, ready to share my knowledge and empower you to take control of your sleep. If you've enjoyed what you heard, please subscribe to the Doze podcast. I still have lots to share with you as we work together towards creating solutions around your unique sleep challenges and needs. Until then, remember your pure potential if you change how well you sleep.